Hey, Wolf.
Hey, Carl. Yes, indeed. So we're expecting formal announcements to come in the next 10 minutes from the Department of Justice and also likely from the bank itself around that time, though I can confirm, having spoken to a number of sources familiar with the matter, that we are expecting significant clawbacks of executive pay in the tens of millions of dollars in total, which will include the likes of former CEO and Chairman Lloyd Blankfein and current CEO and Chairman David Solomon. This is in light of the fact that they were at the helm at the time or at the helm today as they've dealt with things over the last couple of years. It does not suggest that they ever had any knowledge of the wrongdoing in the first place. That tens of millions figure will also include clawbacks of some of the individuals who were responsible. So I don't know that the numbers that will be apportioned individually to the likes of Blankfein and Solomon, but the total likely to be in the tens of millions of clawback. The sub-entity in Malaysia of the bank will plead guilty to one count of breaking of conspiracy to violate the FCPA. That will be the only guilty plea across it, and that's just the Malaysian entity of the bank, again, according to a source. And in terms of fines, they've already paid $1.5 billion to Malaysia, as we know. I'm expecting another roughly $2.5 billion to be announced today of fines due to be paid, which will cover the likes of Hong Kong, Singapore, London, and all various law enforcement agencies here in the US. We'll wait to hear more about whether that requires extra provisions from the banks. But again, talking to sources familiar with the matter, they probably provided for most of that extra $2.5 billion already. Maybe a few hundred million extra provisions, but I don't think this is going to lead to a massive change in analyst estimates for the bank. They've likely provided for most of that. We are expecting that formal decision to come out at around about 12 o'clock and get more of those details from both the DOJ side and also the bank itself, guys.
Yeah. Will, for viewers, they might get to know what's known as a deferred prosecution agreement in that briefing, and describe why that's important, particularly because it means that the firm will be able to hang on to institutional clients to some degree.
Yeah, I don't know the precise details of what we're going to hear at 12 from the Department of Justice yet, but I would say that the important thing from what I'm hearing so far is that there won't be restrictions to how they do business. There's only one guilty plea in the sub-entity in Malaysia, as I mentioned. And we'll wait to hear if there are any kind of consent orders about them reviewing their risk controls. But a lot of the costs for that, they might argue in future analyst calls, has already been laid down. It's not like this is the first revelation of this wrongdoing, and they've been laying in a lot of investment to try and address any risk management issues already. But more details to come imminently. But the stock reacting relatively positively to this, maybe because the fines in total about 2.6 billion.
Wilfred Frost, thank you.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.